Hello everybody, and welcome to some Dark Souls. This is a series that I think has been a long time coming, years in fact. Back, I think 2011, maybe before, I did my Demon Souls Let's Play, and since then I've done occasional Souls series videos, but I've never done a proper playthrough, and I think we've been missing that. So that said, let's begin. Now, as before, we shall be assuming the role of our lovely protagonist, the horror, and I'm not sure what I want to be here. I think we should be a cleric. I think that after the less than honorable events that the horror ended on in Demon Souls, we should try and atone. We're going on a pilgrimage here, and let's go classic Xena. Yeah, we can turn that baby face into something horrifying, and of course, something that has always been, I think, trademark for the horror is the receding hairline. It's gotta be a purple. So I'm gonna do some more fine adjustments, and of course add his particular flair style. Oh crap, it's storming right now. So I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Alright. Okay, everybody. I think we have our man. He's not quite as fishy-faced as the previous incarnation, but he's his own man. He's perhaps a long-lost, many times removed cousin of the family, or perhaps he's just a entirely new facet of the horror lineage. Either way, let's begin and learn about the world of Lord Ran.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty gods peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath, the Scaleless, betrayed his own. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
And so it begins with Dungeon Silky, Oscar of Astora. That knight up there just cut us a break and gave us our ticket out of here, so let's begin our pilgrimage. All we've got is this rusty broken blade. Not gonna do us much good, but we'll find our way. So God, yeah, I gotta say I'm in love with the intro of Dark Souls. I think probably more than the other games, any of the other games in the Souls series. The way it kind of weaves this mythology of the world, and kind of like this story of the origins of the gods and the everlasting dragons and how they took the world from them. And it's beautiful, like it's beautifully done. And I think probably the part that still to this day gives me chills is when Seath is just kind of shrieking atop this mountain of corpses of his brethren. Like, it hits you, man. It's crazy shit. But yeah, so we actually have a magic spell already. It's the nice part about the cleric class is that we start out with some magic capacity. We don't have our tool yet, but we'll get there soon. But yeah, really, really neat intro. Gotta love it. Also gotta love, you can see Asylum Demon waiting for us up here. Let's head on in and... Oof. So... Oh, alright. Let's get out of here for now. We're not really in a position to fight him, so... You can kill him. You can even kill him right now, but you have to be well practiced, and you have to basically sit at his ass for like 20-25 minutes and just punch him in the butt. It's actually better to go barehanded because with the broken sword it's kind of got this slowness to it. With your fists you can kind of jab, I think. It's a little faster. It's horrible, but yeah, that's a way that you can actually, it's actually possible to get the Demon Great Hammer, I think it is, right off the bat, like right in New Game. And I did that with a character. I have proof that I can show you guys another time. But yeah, it's some fun stuff right there. But we want to get equipped first before we go taking them on. This isn't a challenge run, so I'm not gonna butt my head against the Asylum Demon like that. My apologies. But it's just not something I think you guys want to see. Or if you do, then yeah, another time. So if we look through here, we can see Oscar more or less slammed through the roof of the asylum and fallen into this this hidden room, this hidden sort of chamber right here. The classic ball down the stairs trap. I think there's been some sort of incarnation of that in at least, I don't know, 3 of the Souls games, not sure.
Oh, you.
Including Bloodborne, I mean.
You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I are both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite.
Yes.
Oh, and this.
Yes.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Alright, thank you, Oscar. So he gave us our Estus flask, so we can go on ahead and chug that drinky drink. Good stuff. And you can hear the sound of him succumbing, giving up life. And I guess we get some souls for him. Oscar was worth 100 souls. But you can kind of see, maybe he fell through here. Not sure, but it seems the logical thing. And also the pose he's in kind of mimics the cover art, I think. The Japanese cover art, or maybe the European cover art for Demon's Souls. It's a neat little fun fact. Yeah, Cleric's fun. I've over the course of time, I've learned to enjoy maces a lot more. So I think we might focus on blunt weapons this playthrough. They're always a good time, if you ask me. So, all right. Oh, let's practice some parrying. Oh, sorry guys. You're gonna have to forgive me. I'm really off kilter. Also, these guys are a little delayed. There we go. I think with any Souls game, like if you're transferring from one to the other, you really have to get in the timing of it. It's not always an easy thing. Especially with parrying. I mean, it fluctuates so much from game to game, it always feels very different, depending on which game you're playing. So... Alright. Let me critical hit. And parry, so it's explaining those. I don't know if I want to fight this guy. He hits extremely hard at this point. Yeah. But, you know, I gotta do it. We'll just play it safe. Backstabs. Oh, I forgot. The main thing with the mace is if you hit, your recovery time isn't that bad. If you miss, you're kind of swinging in the wind, and that's not a good place to be in. So, circle strafe the hell out of the guy. And there you go. Okay. So, we've only got one Estus flask. We're gonna go on ahead, head back to the bonfire, and just get ourselves prepared for the coming battle. And I also forgot to equip my canvas talisman. I'm actually gonna equip it in my second weapon slot. I think that's more convenient for now. Keep the defense on there. So this is gonna be a slow episode. We'll get ourselves to Lord Ran proper, and we'll go from there. Also, did I say the Lord of Lord Ran? I don't remember if I said like the world of Lord Ran or the Lord of Lord Ran. And if I said the Lord of Lord Ran, I'd feel really silly. I guess it'd still be accurate because you know you got Gwyn. He's kind of the Lord of Lord Ran. Oh hi. But yeah, that message right there. I don't think I've been reading every single message, but they explain the basics and yeah, two-handing weapons, all that stuff. I'll try and explain this stuff as I go. You can kick. You can jump attack, you know, lots of variety. Something to love about all the Souls games. The combat systems are very crisp and satisfying. All very different though. I feel something that I've always appreciated about the Souls series is how well each one holds up, and just the minute differences make each of them feel so different. Like, Dark Souls is very kind of tight and refined, but it's also a little more on the slow side. Demon Souls felt a little more kind of raw and speedy in a way. It was more loose, and in some ways that was I actually prefer that, and in some ways I kind of prefer, you know, the things that they learned and kind of carried over to Dark Souls. It's still, you know, the same system, same inherent systems, but each one has something a little different to appreciate. So, got the Asylum Demon right here. He's gonna go down pretty easy. Look at that damage. And finish off with Running Strike. Right in the belly. He goes down. So that's our tutorial, essentially. Got the big Pilgrim's Key. Notice, though, we can still hear stomping down below. There's still more to be found in the Northern Asylum, but not right now. For now, we just want to get the hell out of here. Been here long enough. Good job. So, I'm trying to think where this is. It's around this corner. No, it's right up here. Sorry, guys. You're gonna have to forgive me if I'm very rusty this game. We have a bird's nest here, got a couple eggs. I don't think there's anything really to do there just this moment, but we'll make a few return trips there. We can do some trading if you guys are familiar with Sparkly the Crow from Demon Souls, or Dinah and Tillo, I think, or Dino and Tilla, I don't know, from Dark Souls 2. We got Snuggly in this game.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Alrighty. Welcome to Firelink Shrine, our entry into Lordran and our hub world section for the game. So, we've got our bonfire here, we can rest, we can use the souls we've accumulated to level up. I think, let's get a little endurance in there, and let's see, ooh, can get some attunement slots. And we'll leave the rest of our souls, because we will eventually be finding some merchants, and souls are not only our experience, but also our currency, so I'm sure 90% of people by this point watching this will know these things. This is an old game, but I feel it's necessary to at least elaborate on that for those unaware. So we've got a couple options here. Reverse hollowing, kindle. These are things done with humanity. Can't do anything with them right now. We don't have any other spells other than heal, so let's go on ahead and leave this section for now. So I'm just going to take a walk around Lordran, get what we can get, and end the video off for now. Good entry, you know, to start out. So since we got some humanity right there, let's actually use 2. So we don't look like beef jerky. At least once we go back to the bonfire for a sec. So now we've got 2. That counter in the upper left tells us how much soft humanity we've got. There's technically 2 ways that we categorize humanity. We've got hard humanity, the stuff that's in our inventory that stays with us, and you know, it's firm. Once it's there, it's there. But when you use a humanity, or if you absorb it from an enemy, which occasionally happens, it goes up in that counter, and if you die, you lose any humanity in that counter. So you don't want to keep too much in there, unless you're very confident in yourself. But yeah, it's within reason. All right, there you see we're back to our human form, and this bonfire is actually a special case. It already starts out with 10 Estus flasks. So we can't kindle it any further. Kindling increases the amount of Estus flasks you get. The base amount you get is 5 per bonfire, but you can kindle each to 10 for now, and then later you can kindle them up to 20. Pretty sure it's 20. I don't think they go anywhere above that, so get a nice close look at ourselves. That beautiful face. A little blurry, but he's our horror.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
So this is the Crestfallen Knight. He's a mainstay for the entire series. There's always some equivalent character to this guy in Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, and even Bloodborne, I think. I don't remember the guy's name, but you never see him in person until later on. But that there is another NPC who is sort of the equivalent of this guy. We always got kind of a downtrodden guy who's given up. He's it's too hard for him. He can't go on, and he's lost hope. So.
What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the Undead Church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the Undead Burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the Undead Burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool.
Blight Town, eh? Sounds fun. So, head on down this way. I'm not sure what's going on with the grass. It's very, very foggy. Very, I don't know if it's something with the settings. I am using DS Fix so that the game runs a little smoother on my computer. But, might have some weirdness going on there. I'm not sure. So we have the Firekeeper here, Anastasia, I believe. Yeah, she will not speak to us. But any Firekeeper has the ability to reinforce our Estus Flask if we use a Firekeeper's Soul, which we'll find throughout the world. But we don't have one of those right now, so that's something we'll have to wait until later to do. And down this way, there's more to explore, but we'll hold off on that for now. But yeah, Firelink is a nice, relatively spacious area. It's, sorry, I feel like I'm trying to sell Firelink Shrine. It's a nice, spacious area. It's got 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a nice walk-in shower, walk-in closet. It's great for raising a family. But, yeah, so we got some firebombs there, and here we walk into Petrus.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Firelink. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Hey man, don't gotta be like that.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Great. So we got a copper coin. We can do literally nothing with that. But, it's a gesture of goodwill, I guess. You know, Petrus, he's an okay guy, right? Right. So, his face shows Old Man McLoif, god of medicine and drink. Old Man McLoif. So yeah, these have little value in Lordran, where the accepted currency is souls. So that gives us a little background. But got pots here. The inevitable urge to smash them all. Can't help myself. Alright. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of clear out what little things we can find here. There's mostly just a couple souls. Soul of Lost Undead. There's a few things down leading to the graveyard area. Here's something interesting. This is where the knight, Crestfallen Knight, was telling us the lift is broken. So there's no lift down here. We have to activate it from above. So we're going to have to go the long way around, but this will become a shortcut later. But as you saw right there, there's actually more to find beneath it. So flip open a couple chests here. Got it, Homeward Bones. Those are used to warp back to your last rested up bonfire. Got the Morning Star and the Talisman. Morning Star is great because we've actually got ourselves another mace. Do we have the requirements? Oh yeah, actually its requirements are a little lower than our mace, but it does a little less damage. So it does bleed though, and bleed is very valuable. So we might even exchange our mace for this Morning Star. We saw earlier Petrus is also wielding a Morning Star. Those clerics love the maces, bludgeoning everyone in their way. Got some Lloyd's Talismans. Lloyd's Talismans, these basically prevent others from using Estus Flasks when you toss it at them and it hits. It's used to hunt down the undead, so it's a nasty little implement. Hunting the undead. So we're not very well liked in the outside world, and that's pretty much established throughout the game. People are not fans of, they don't like the zombies. They are not fans of the zombies. So yeah, trespassing in the graveyard. We're getting some opposition here. We've got the Skultans. Skultans aren't fans of clerics. They're not fans of anybody, really. But we're not going to deal with them right now, because really that's a place we should reserve for later on. But yeah, we're not doing an incredible amount of damage to these guys anyways. The nice thing about having a blunt weapon in this case is that we've got a weapon advantage against them. These guys are very weak to blunt damage. just as the skeletons of demon souls were. But, yeah. So, I don't know. We'll fight these guys, you know. Not too much combat this first episode. And if I can take these guys out, I can maybe take another stroll in the graveyard and get some stuff there. Not necessarily stuff we'll be using, but, you know. Nice to have nonetheless, so. Those guys. Got a nice statue right here. A woman holding her infant child. And we got this chest here. This chest is open. I don't recall the exact use or like a specific example of this chest's purpose, but I think it's for if a key item is for whatever reason lost, or like you don't pick it up, or I don't know. Like I said, I don't know specific examples, but if anything you absolutely need is lost, then it can be reobtained in that chest. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I remember reading about it. So, alright. So we got a item down there, but you can also see very obviously we've got some skeletal remains and some scimitars just waiting to form back together. Come after us. So yeah, we wanna evade these guys as we can. Got a big guy there. Got a big guy there. Got his Zweihander. Oh, good. Do I have time? I really don't have time. Ooh, haha. Alright. Oh, Jesus. Nope! Alright, there's our first death. So yeah, suicide runs into the graveyard are not uncommon. And we'll get used to seeing that you died. It's not a bad thing. It's natural. Perfectly natural. Maybe not the best thing that I reversed my hollowing, because now we lost that one humanity, but it's alright. We'll have plenty more to come in future episodes. So I'm gonna try... head back in. Get that bloodstain back. Oh, goodness. I'm gonna see if I can use my homeward bone. There we go. Should have done that the first time. Alright. Let me just take a look at what we've got set up here. Cracked red eye orb. I always like to keep the binoculars in my inventory just if I want a close look at things. And then we'll keep the homeward bones and leave one empty slot there. So, I guess that's it. Let me go on ahead and use this extra humanity that we used. And we'll end the episode on that note. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the series so far, and catch you next time. So, alright. Bye-bye.